Hey guys, my name is Reno, and today I'm going to be teaching you about algebraic reasoning. Okay, so first, the algebraic properties of equality. You might already know this, but as just a reminder, I'm going to go over this. Alright, so before we go into that, let's just assume that A, B, and C are all real numbers. So the first one, addition property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A plus C is equal to B plus C. Subtraction property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A minus C is equal to B minus C. We can say this because A is equal to B, so if we substitute A into B here, it would be equal for both these cases. The multiplication property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A times C is equal to B times C, but C should not be equal to 0. Division property of equality. If A is equal to B, then A divided by C is equal to B divided by C, and C should not equal 0 either. And then finally, the substitution property of equality. If A is equal to B, then we can substitute A for B and B for A in any equation or expression. Alright, so here's some practice. Solve 3x plus 7 is equal to 28 minus 4x. Justify your steps, give an explanation and a reasoning for use. Pause the video, try this out, and then come back. Alright, so now that you're back, first off, let's separate this into 3 columns: equation, explanation, and reasoning. So first off, let's write down our equation. 3x plus 7 is equal to 28 minus 4x, and that's just given. Next, let's add 4x to both sides. So 3x plus 7 plus 4x is equal to 28 minus 4x plus 4x. That's the addition property of equality. And the 4x's on the right side are going to cancel, and then we're just going to combine like terms. This leaves us with 7x plus 7 is equal to 28. And then we're going to subtract 7 from both sides, and that's a subtraction property of equality. And then we're just going to divide 7 from 3 sides, and that's a division property of equality, giving us a final answer of x equals 3. Okay, so next, the distributive property. So let A, B, and C be real numbers. So for the distributive property, for a sum, it's going to be A times B plus C, and both of them in parentheses. And then when you distribute the A into the parentheses, you're just going to multiply A times B and then A times C, which gives us AB plus AC. And then for the difference, the same thing, except the sign's going to be different. You're just going to multiply AB and AC, which gives you AB minus AC. Okay, so now we're going to learn to use the distributive property. So what you're going to need to do is solve minus 5 times 7w plus 8 is equal to 30. Do the same thing that we did for the earlier problem. Give the explanation and the reasoning. Pause the video, give this a shot, come back, and I'll give you the right answer. Alright, so now that you're back, first off, let's split this into 3 columns and then write down our equation. Negative 5 times 7w plus 8 is equal to 30, and then that's the given. So negative 35w minus 40 is equal to 30, multiply, and that's a distributive property. So minus 35w is equal to 70, and you're just adding 40 to both sides. That's the addition property of equality. And then w is equal to negative 2. You're just going to divide negative 35 from both sides, and that's the division property of equality. And that's our final answer. Alright, so here's a real life problem for you guys to solve. You get a raise at your part-time job. To write your raise as a percent, use the formula P times R plus 1 is equal to N, where P is your previous wage and R is a percent increase as a decimal, and N is your new wage. Solve the formula for R, and then write your raise as a percent when the hourly wage increases from $7.30 to $7.60 per hour. Pause the video, give it a try, and come back. Alright, so now that you're back, first off, step 1, we have to solve the formula for R. So let's write down our formula. P is equal to R plus 1 is equal to N, and then we're going to distribute the P into the parentheses, so that gives us PR plus P is equal to 1, or N, and then we're going to subtract P from both sides, which gives us PR is equal to N minus P. That's the subtraction property of equality. And then divide P from both sides, which then gives us R is equal to parentheses n minus p divided by p. Alright, so now step 2. We have to evaluate R is equal to parentheses n minus p divided by p when n is equal to $7.60 and p is equal to $7.30. So pause the video, give this a try, come back, and I'll give you the answer. Alright, so now that you're back, first off, we're just going to substitute our values. For n, $7.60, and then p, the $7.30. Subtract our $7.60 minus $7.30, and then divide it by 7.3, which then gives us R is equal to 0.041. That's in a decimal, but we have to write it in a percent. So R raised is 4.1%. Okay, so now coming to our final topic, we're going to be looking at reflexive, symmetric, and transitive properties of equality. This is not just for real numbers. We're going to have some geometry measures in here too, with angle measures and segment lengths. So for the reflexive property for real numbers, it's just going to be A is equal to A, segment AB is equal to AB, and angle measures, angle A is equal to angle A. Symmetric property, if A is equal to B, then B is equal to A. This just says that you can swap them around. AB is equal to CD, then CD is equal to AB. Then finally, angle A is equal to angle B, then angle B is equal to angle A. Next, the transitive property, if A is equal to B and B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. If AB is equal to CD and CD is equal to EF, then AB is equal to EF. If angle A is equal to angle B and angle B is equal to angle C, then angle A is equal to angle C. Alright, so this is our last question. You reflect the beam of a spotlight off a mirror lying flat on a stage as shown. Determine whether angle DBA is equal to angle EBC. Pause the video, use the properties that we just learned, and then come back and I'll give you the right answer. Alright, so now we're going to want to do the same thing that we've been doing. We'll split it into 3 columns: the equation, explanation, and reasoning. So first off, let's just say angle 1 is equal to angle 2. It's marked in the diagram, that's given. So we know angle 1 is equal to angle 3, and that's given in the diagram with this. And then next, angle DBA, right here, is equal to angle 3 plus angle 2. That's just adding measures of adjacent angles, that's the angle addition postulate. And then we're just gonna substitute our angle 1 for angle 3. Here we have angle 3, but since they're both equal, we're just gonna substitute angle 1. And then that's just substitution. And then finally, we have angle EBC. That's just angle 1 plus angle 2. That's the angle addition postulate. But as we can see here, they're both equal. They're both equal to angle 1 plus angle 2. So because of that, we now know that angle DBA is equal to angle EBC because of the transitive property of equality. So I hope you guys found this video really useful for you guys. And if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and then come back for more educational videos like this.